Hi, my name is Samantha and I am an occupational therapy student. At my current fieldwork placement, I am working with individuals who have lymphedema and or breast cancer. I made an introductory video where I talk more about that and give further details on what these stretches are all about and how I want to support you. So head over and listen to that. It is in the arm and chest stretches playlist within this lymphedema education and support channel. So that's how you can access it. If you look below the title of this video, then you can click to get to that channel. So I'd recommend going to that first. But if you haven't and you're still listening and want to get into the stretches, then I want to provide a disclaimer first. So I'm not an expert in this and I'm not certified in lymphedema. I'm a current student, so please consult with your doctor or your lymphedema therapist before performing these stretches in order to avoid injury and for your safety. And also, if you don't have a lymphedema therapist, then I would recommend asking your doctor for a referral, because even if you aren't sure about that or don't know what lymphedema is or don't have lymphedema, a lymphedema therapist can offer you support and preventative care. Now let's head over and get into the stretches. Alright, so grab your exercise ball and let's get into it. And if you don't have an exercise ball at home, but you were interested and you're watching this video, then you can head over to, if you are at a local gym, you can use an exercise ball there and you can watch this video ahead of time or watch the video at the gym. And there are also actually modified versions to two of the three of these exercises. So you can also keep watching and go for the modified version without the exercise ball. So keep watching if you're interested in that. And I'm going to link this handout underneath. If you look underneath the title, then you can click the link and access a PDF version. And then you can either see it online or you can print yourself out a copy. And then you'll want to fill in these blanks. So aim to perform each exercise 5 times, so 5 reps for each one. And then you'll want to do it 2 to 3 times a day. And you can hold for a count of 15 to 30 for these ones. Alright, or if you're doing other standing stretches, maybe you throw these in 1 time a day, or even 1 time a week. You say, I want to do the exercise ball ones, or maybe you exchange some of the standing ones in and out for the exercise ball ones. But whatever routine that you implement, try to get a good amount of stretches in, and you can shift them stretches in or out of your routine based on what you're feeling that your body is needing and what feels effective for you. So first is going to be the kneeling chest stretch. So kneel with the exercise ball at your side, and then you want to have one hand on the ground and line up your hand with your shoulder, so it should be about straight up and down. And then you have your legs here, and you can have your knees in line with your hips, so straight up and down. And then you have your other hand on the exercise ball and you lean down into it, and that gives you a stretch. Don't lift this hand up, but it gives you a stretch here at your shoulder and chest here, and you can breathe in and out into it, and you can adjust it for you, so you can kind of lean back or lean forward. And I'll do it on the other side as well, or I'll kind of do it head on so that you can see it from a different angle. So you line up and you can relax your neck and head down into it. So again, that gets here a nice stretch. And you can be bending your other elbow down to get deeper in towards the ground. You can even go down onto your elbow there. Now we're going to move on from the kneeling chest stretch that we just did. But if you'd like, you can do 4 more sets now. You can pause the video here or keep on listening. The next one, the second one, is called Thread the Needle. And if you're following on the handout, then it'll be in the center here. So you can follow with the instructions and pictures. And I'm going to share 3 different options. And one of them does not include an exercise ball. So if you don't have an exercise ball, you can stay tuned for that one or fast forward. So you want to, and I'm going to show the seated one first, so you can sit for your comfort, or I recommend please sitting if you feel unsteady or uneasy standing up. And in this one, you're turning your body a lot, so if you're feeling off balance, please do the seated version. So you can start with your legs coming wider than your hips and have your feet grounded flat on the floor. And then try to line up your spine, so have your back straight. And then you're gonna start with one hand on the exercise ball and then turn it so the back of your hand is on the ball. And then you're gonna bring your other arm out and you hinge forward from your hips. So notice I'm not like bending forward like this. Try to keep your back in line as you lean forward. And then you can start spiraling by moving the ball with your arm and then bring your other arm up in the air. And this gets a nice stretch across your chest. And breathe in and out. And to get a deeper stretch, keep spiraling further. So then more of your forearm and arm is on the ball, not your hand. And turning to twist outward. Or bring it closer to you to get less level down of the stretch. So don't push it too far, just go to your tolerance. And then after holding for about 15 seconds, you can switch sides. So put your other arm, the back of your hand on the ball, get realigned sitting up straight, and then you'll bring your other arm out and spiral it out. Remember to breathe. And stop when you feel a gentle stretch. This one's pretty easy to keep spiraling, so don't push yourself too far. And it also helps to get a deeper stretch if you also turn your head upward toward the sky and look at your hand that's in the air. That helps get it even deeper. And then to get out of it, you bring the ball back towards the middle of your body. And then that's it. So next I'm going to show you one where it's still the thread the needle stretch, but it'll be standing up. But if you want to stick to the chair, you can pause now and do 4 more sets of that. Or you can keep listening to learn more stretches. If you wanted to stand up, I'm going to get into it now. So you can start again with your, similar to sitting, you want to have your legs out wider than your hips, and then try to align your back straight, and similarly you'll then flip one of your hands and then bring the other arm up and out, and try to have it straight across when you start, and then you can spiral out. So this arm comes out toward the ceiling. And it's also important for this one to have a slight bend in your knees. Don't lock your knees and have them totally straight. You want to have a pretty nice bend here to protect your joints. And it's important to breathe, and that relaxes you into the stretch to prevent injury, and it helps you to get a deeper stretch. And then after about 15 seconds, we can switch sides. So get your back straight again. Remember to have your knees bent. And then you'll flip your other hand, bring this arm out, and then spiral upward. And like if you're seated, to get a lesser stretch, bring the ball more towards the middle of your body, or to go deeper, get it further out. And also remember to relax your shoulders. So when you breathe out, you can try to direct the breath to your shoulders and relax them. It's easy to tense them up here when your arm's in the air and everything, so try to relax them. And then you can get out of it by bringing the ball in towards you. Now you can do 4 more sets of that if you want to pause right now, or stay tuned because I'm going to get into a version that you can do without an exercise ball. So even if you're using an exercise ball at the gym, but you wanted to do a similar thread the needle stretch at home, then you can do it seated at a table. So I'm going to show you that now. As I mentioned before, there's a version of the thread the needle without needing an exercise ball. So if you're interested, get a chair, and you'll want a table or flat surface in front of you. To start, have your feet grounded on the floor if possible, flat on the floor just for stability, and try to have your back in an upright posture. To start, then, place one hand on the table and then bring the other arm up or as far as you can to the side, and then bring that arm underneath of the other arm, and then you can just have your head relaxed, and you can bring your elbow, you can kind of push off the table actually to bring your elbow upward, and that gives you a deeper stretch, or bring your elbow downward to get a lesser stretch. And just adjust till you feel like you're getting a gentle, effective stretch. And then to switch sides, you bring that arm out, and then you switch it up, place the other hand on the table, and then raise the other arm up and bring it through. So then it's down on the table. And then after holding for about 15 to 20 seconds, we can stop here, and then you can do 4 more sets of that now for a total of 5 if you'd like, or continue listening and then I'll teach you an additional stretch. Now moving on from thread the needle, this is the 3rd stretch and the last one. So it's called the child's pose, and you start seated with your legs wide, and then you'll bring the arms forward using your hands to roll the exercise ball. And then bring it out forward as much as what gives you a stretch to your tolerance. And make sure to keep breathing. And you can really relax your back into this. So it doesn't need to stay straight. It can be going downward. I'll just show you here. So you can really relax your back into that, and that stretches here as well as your back. And I will show you an adapted version for if you don't have an exercise ball. But first, the one other thing is, after you go straight in front of you, you also want to go to the right and hold there. And then go to the left and hold there. And that gets a nice stretch along the side up to your arm. And you can kind of like push sideways into it with your back. So now, this is the same one with the exercise ball, the child's pose. You can also do it on the ground. And you would do it similar to sitting, but you have your toes touching and your knees out wider than your hips. And then you bring the ball forward. And make sure to breathe and relax your back into it. And then you would also go to the right. Walk the ball over. Oh, I just have a chair there. And then you'll walk the ball to the side, the other side, to the left. And then, if you don't have an exercise ball, just get it out of the way. Then you can do it similarly on the ground. You'll have your toes touching and your knees wider than your hips, and then your hands in front of you touching the ground, and you'll gently step your hands forward, and then you can place your forehead on the ground, or if you have a blanket or a block, then you can put your forehead onto that. So find what is comfortable for you. And then you can also bring your hands to the right and then switch to the left. And the nice thing, if you are doing it from this position, then when your forehead is on the ground or on the block, then you can do a nice massage to your forehead. So you can bring your head gently side to side. And I find that to be really relaxing. And if you're someone who ever gets headaches and they're at your forehead, that tends to help alleviate that for me. And then you can bring your arms up. And that's it for the exercise ball and modified exercise ball stretches. You can check out other videos if you're interested in more stretches. There's pulley ones, as well as ones that are focused on being on the ground, and standing ones. So check them out if you'd like, and thank you so much for listening. That wraps it up there. Thank you so much for listening, and I really appreciate it. I hope that you have a great day or evening, and you can always head back here for some more stretches. So, bye!